South Boston Speedway is an absolutely beautiful night for racing. Have a great crowd here at the track. Have a great crowd watching live on FansChoice.tv. Should be an absolutely great night of racing for all across. Twin 100s for the NASCAR K&N Series. For the HoosierDriver.org, Twin 100s is absolutely beautiful, beautiful night. And with us for the command for tonight's race, Sheriff Fred Clark.
Drivers, start your engines.
Sheriff Fred Clark turns them all live. The thunder of the NASCAR K&N E-Series comes to life. And if you're watching this race anywhere last year, you know full well that we had an absolutely barn burner of a race. A bump and run on the last corner of the last lap of the last race to take the checkered flag, hoping for that kind of action again here in the K&N E-Series. We'll have two cars that will not start tonight's race. Mason Diaz from Manassas, Virginia, and Chuck Buchanan from Hildebrand, North Carolina. Both drivers crashed in practice. Diaz's car looked to be okay, actually, but had some rear-end trouble. They could not get that car going again. Also, with trouble before the race tonight, Hailie Deegan could not get her car started for qualifying, so she'll start shotgun on the field. She was very quick in practice, though, so she's got a good shot at working her way up there. The downside, 100 laps to get the job done. The field all getting lined up. Once again, Tanner Gray. He's your pole sitter. Only driver under 15 seconds. The track record for a late model stock is about a 14.6. So the K&N cars, while they are faster, they also got to get woed down a little harder than the late model stock. So you don't quite see the same corner speed as your late model stocks do, which is why these cars tend to carry a little bit slower speed in qualifying. Tanner Gray, Drew Dollar, both has been out here before in a late model stock this season to try to get some on-track work done, and it has paid off. 3 of the top 5 drivers in the field have run late model stocks here this year. You see Hailie Deegan in the number 19 machine in the back of the field. We talked about it just a few moments ago. She had trouble in qualifying, could not get that car fired up. So she did not take a qualifying time, so she's relegated to the rear end of the field. Going to have to do some serious work to try to work her way back up through the field in what is a sprint of a race, just 100 laps. Now, for the second race coming up here in just a little while, we'll run another 100 laps. That race's qualifying will be set by the fast time in this race. So whoever goes out and sets the fastest time in this race, that is your pole sitter for race number 2. So you're thinking to yourself, what's going to keep a driver from going out there and changing tires with 10 laps to go or something like that? Can't really do that. It's a 2-lap penalty per tire if you change tires during the race. You can change all 4 tires after this race going into the second race, as the second race is kind of its own thing. Saw on the track there, the number 87 of Buchanan has rejoined the race. Chuck Buchanan will be the 16th car in the field. He will start just outside of Haley Deegan. That number 36 machine you saw out there just a few moments ago, that is Ron J in the second race. In the first race, it is Jason Miles. Again, these are two separate races. It's not a deal where you run one race and then the race is based entirely off of that driver in the second race. It's two separate races. Effectively, the second race, Ron J will be treating it much like he has if someone else qualified his car for him. That car did have a little bit of trouble in practice as well, backed into the wall, but the car's in one piece and he's getting ready to go. And folks, we're getting ready to go racing here at America's hometown track for the first of two HoosierDriver.org Twin 100s for the K&N E-Series. Race fans, get on your feet. Here they come to the line. The Danville Toyota pace car has made the hard turn onto pit road. Green flags in the air, and we're underway for 100 laps. Tough start for Drew Dollar up front. He checks up, and he's going to lose 2 or 3 spots. They're side by side down the backstretch for third. Colin Garrett to the inside of Drew Dollar. They're side by side, and that field is all backed up behind them. Tough start for Dollar, and Colin Garrett is going to get that spot. Or maybe not. And here he goes. Gets a good run coming off the corner. Dollar's car was very, very loose in practice. They made a few adjustments and tried to adjust for the fact the sun was going down and the track was cooling off. However, so far, Dollar hasn't been able to get the car moving. But again, 100 laps, he's got time to get the car underneath him and get going again. I would guess we're going to see a caution flag at some point along the way. Still trying to signal file out, trying to get a feel for what's going on underneath him. Little battle right there. That is Garrett Krause. Right behind him, teammate Haley Deegan. Both drivers were fast in practice. I would say Krause was a little faster in the first practice, Deegan much faster in the second practice. So both drivers put down a lot of laps out here. They don't have a lot of experience here at South Boston Speedway. Battle for fourth picking up. That is the number 1 in the maximum law. He's trying to get by Drew Dollar there. He's to the inside, nothing quite there. It says was tight. Your top 5 are all within about a quarter of a second of each other. So a lot of good cars out here. One car that's having major trouble, he's already on pit road, is the number 2 machine of Nick Sanchez. Sanchez started 9th, was consistent in both practices, but he is well off the pace. He's been on and off pit road once already, and you see him limping around turn number 4. Pit road, you enter it on the backstretch here, much like you do Bristol under caution, but that's how you enter and exit pit road the whole way around here, even under green or not. Battle for third. You see Colin Garrett trying to hold off Drew Dollar. Dollar was fastest in practice and in qualifying. Garrett, though, he's got a lot more laps around this track. He's going to pinch Dollar down there. Contact through turns 1 and 2. Garrett drifts up the track, hangs onto it, but he's going to lose 2 or 3, 4 spots in the process. Move Drew Dollar up to third. Max McLaughlin to fourth. Sam Mayer up to fifth. You see a little bit of smoke coming off the car now. That is, looks to be the 54. Possibly a little bit of a fender rub there on the 54 machine after that contact. Away to Travis Milburn, trying to find his way past Ruben Garcia there. Garcia trying to pin that car down. You see what the drivers are trying to get down on the apron. It used to be here before the repave a few years back, especially through turns 3 and 4 where you see them coming off there. You can get all the way flat down on the yellow. When they repaved the track, the track got banked up. Not more banking, but it took away that flat runoff area, and it really, unless your car is really set up really bad, you're not going to have that being able to get down on the flat anymore and try to get a run coming off the corner like you used to be able to do. See Chase Cabry right now sitting about 0.7 of a second back behind Tanner Gray. Gray has a little bit of smoke coming off his car there. But you've seen some other drivers with that as well. Not sure if that's something going on with the track down there or something got put down in practice. Also, we did have a whole bunch of old antique tractors riding on the track. The odds of one of those things having put down a trace amount of oil, not zero. So they very well could be. There might be a little bit of oil on the track. But these cars right now don't seem to be handling any more ill. Derek Kraus all over the back of Spencer Davis as they go back into turn number 1. Kraus looks to the inside. Davis tries to put him down there. Does a good job doing so. Davis has to back off going into turn number 3 now. He'll look to the high side as Spencer Davis did a good job pinning him down. Kraus once again looks to the inside. Nothing doing off of turn number 4. We talked about it before. The track is 45 feet wide. Not a lot of room to do a whole lot of work there. If somebody's pinned down on the yellow line, you've either got to move them or try to be patient. And it looks like Kraus is running out of patience. Gives a little bit of a tap to Spencer Davis as they come off of turn 4. But once again, look to the inside as they go into 1. A little bit of a bump that time off of turn 2, and they're going to race side by side down the backstretch. Kraus gets into turn 3. Davis is trying to back off a little bit. Would like to tuck in ahead of Hailie Deegan, and will do so. Derek Kraus looks stout right now. He is pinned down on the bottom and on rails through the corners. Hailie Deegan just about following around there. Hailie Deegan up to 9th from starting 15th in the race. Right now just about 7 seconds behind Tanner Gray out front. Deegan doesn't really have any laps here in South Boston until practice. Came out here, practiced well. Car looked good. I mean, one of the things is it depends on what these drivers are working on. I was told earlier by her crew that she's kind of working on just getting the car set up underneath her and get a good handling car for the race. Wasn't too concerned about qualifying. Good thing that she wasn't, because the car wasn't really handling that well. Battle for second. Drew Dollar, he is to the inside. Troubled actually down the 16 machine. That is Derek Kraus. Trouble off of turn 2, had to back it way down. Kept the car off the wall, but had to get all the way down to the bottom, and he gets moving again, but that car might have an issue. The car wiggling a little bit in the corner, and he's being beat bad down the straightaway. Comes off the corner, and he's tucked in behind Justin Carroll, and that last lap time by was a 17-second lap there. We'll see as he comes by the start-finish line again, where that car is. It sounds ill, and it's not running very well. 17.309 that last time by as well. Major, major trouble for the driver. Second in points. Just 3 points back of Sam Mayer right now. But major, major trouble for him. Once again, the 2-car of Nick Sanchez, he's completed 10 laps so far, and he's been on and off pit road a myriad of times. Got on pit road before the race started, came out, got some laps down. What they're doing right now, it looks to me, is just trying to get that car set up for the second race, trying to get the car dialed in. They'll have about 15 to 20 minutes after this first race to get the car ready for race number 2. They can go to a backup car. They can go to a backup engine. I was told by officials they prefer that they go to the backup engine, but with a short turnaround, a backup car might be the only option for them if they're having major trouble. As Derek Kraus is right now, he's fallen back down to 12th right now, well off the pace. Tanner Gray out front, he continues to lead, although he's really set some times, his last lap time, 3/10 slower than Drew Dollar. Drew Dollar is coming in a hurry, but Tanner Gray's got himself a pretty significant lead, 2 seconds on Drew Dollar, and there's really no point in Tanner Gray pushing it. The track has new asphalt, and to be honest, if you don't have to push it too hard, why push it? Chase Cabre up to 3rd. He's well ahead of Sam Mayer at the moment. Sam Mayer's got a good-looking car, but just really doesn't look like he can get that car pinned down. You see him as he makes his way past Derek Kraus yet again. Kraus is going to be struggling to make it through this race. It looks like something doesn't quite sound right with that motor as he comes by my spot across the start-finish line. He may have a cylinder down or something like that, but just tough break for Kraus. Again, 3rd in points right now, or 2nd in points, 3 points back. And that is, he's going to plummet today. Sam Mayer right now sits 4th at the moment. He's going to pick up a lot of space on him between those two. Again, Tanner Gray has been out here in the late model stock, as has Drew Dollar, as they run 1st and 2nd. Both drivers are quick in practice. Both drivers were quick yesterday in practice, and you see that smoke coming off the back of his car. Almost everybody's doing that now as they go into the corner. Again, there just might be a little bit of oil down on the track there from the tractor parade we had just beforehand. If you haven't been here to South Boston Speedway, right behind there is the Halifax County Fairgrounds, and the Heritage Festival is this weekend. There's a tractor pull, a lot of old antique tractors as well. So the little bit of smoke you see there on Tanner Gray's car, likely not an issue, as there's a few drivers out there that have that problem. Tanner Gray's been running a pretty consistent 15.7.7 there. 15.767 that last time by for Drew Dollar. Both drivers may have been told to just kind of back things off as we hit lap number 37. Flying through this first race. Looking back behind Tanner Gray, Sam Mayer is coming. He's kind of caught Chase Cabre so far. Chase has got about a half-second advantage on the 21 car. That's what a half-second about looks like here at the track. They're going to catch the slower Justin Carroll machine and go up and around him. Depending on where they catch him, it may benefit Sam Mayer just a little bit. Doesn't look to be, though. Mayer does have the faster car. It's just a matter of can he get by the number 4 machine. Cabre's got a lot of laps here at the track. He's raced out here last year. Sam Mayer also no stranger to South Boston Speedway. But again, what you've done in a late model stock here, what you've done in other cars here, doesn't necessarily translate very well to a K&N East car, much heavier car, obviously, and you see the speeds tend to slow down a little more than an underpowered late model stock that they run out here. You see Chase drifting up the track, Sam looking down right on the apron there as he comes off of turn 4. To look to the inside of Chase, nothing there. Chase Cabre drifts up the track again. Sam Mayer side by side as he come off of turn number 2. Good run coming off the port. It looks like Chase gave him that spot there. Cabre looks to the inside, nothing quite doing. Sam Mayer just has a better car at the moment. Moves Sam Mayer up to 3rd, Chase Cabre back to 4th. Max McLaughlin still sits 5th, and coming up already on halfway. 44 laps in the books, 56 laps to go. And the first of 2 100-lap races for the K&N E-Series out here. After this, we'll have our Budweiser Pure Stock division, 30 laps for them. That'll also be live here on fanschoice.tv. Get a little local flavor as well. And then we'll go right into the second K&N East race, and then we'll finish out the night with the Budweiser Hornets. I'm going to stick around for that. That's going to be a good show as well. Tanner Gray has really sat down and decided he's going to run a very consistent race, it looks like. 15.7 is almost across the board over the last 15 to 20 laps, and 8:09 that time by, but otherwise he's just picking him off lap after lap, just holding down a consistent lap, making Drew Dollar catch up to him before he really pushes it. And right now he's got a 1.6 second advantage over his teammate, 1.5 that time by. Still got a lot of space between him and Drew Dollar. No need to push it, no need to eat up tires on this newer asphalt. While it's a harder tire compound they use here, they still will eat up tires. We saw that in the modified race 1 month ago. Burt Myers-Hadley did not pit for tires, and the last 10 laps, his right front just finally chewed up and gave out on him. Only 100 laps in this race, so it might be these general tires might hold a little longer for him. They've only got to get to the lap 100. Battle for 6, Spencer Davis. He looks at the inside of Colin Garrett. Colin Garrett making it hard for just about anybody to get by him. You see Davis get right to his bumpers to go through turns 1 and 2. Again, Colin Garrett pushed up the track. He's going to drop back to 7th place. Spencer Davis up to 6th. Colin Garrett, of course, finished 3rd here 1 year ago in the first of the 2 100-lap races. Had rear end trouble, and face it, nobody wins with any kind of rear end trouble. Colin Garrett, good run on that first one. Had really high hopes for this race, but just hasn't found the speed so far underneath him. Currently sitting 7th, about caution flag on the speedway. Trouble for the 6 machine. That is Ruben Garcia. He goes around in turns 3 and 4. Caution flag flies for the first time this evening. A quick check of Garcia's car. It doesn't look like he hit anything. Car looks to be in one piece. He'll keep moving along and rejoin the field in 9th place. First caution flag of the day on lap number 53. Teams cannot take tires or fuel under caution here in this race. If they do, and they can take tires if there's a flat tire or there's damage to the rims or something like that. Otherwise, each tire you take is a 2-lap penalty for the race. So you'll be held for 2 laps per tire if you come down and change tires. Free pass will be Travis Milburn in the number 08 machine. That'll give us 9 cars on the lead lap. And it looks like Ruben Garcia had a little bit of help there from Tanner Gray in the lead. Garcia trying to hold his lead lap, trying to stay on the lead lap, got down in front of Tanner Gray, and Tanner Gray just a little bit of help and a little bit of help with a nil handling car, and that caused it to go around in a hurry. Track cleanup, giving a quick check out there on the track just to see what was going on over in turn 1. Everything looks to be okay. Here at South Boston Speedway for our late model stock division, caution flag laps do not count for anything under 150 laps. Run to 100 laps here in this K&N Series race, but caution flag laps do count in this race. So we'll re-rack the field for you here. Tanner Gray is your leader. Drew Dollar sits second. Sam Mayer third. Chase Cambry fourth. Max McLaughlin fifth. Spencer Davis sixth. Colin Garrett seventh. Haley Deegan eighth. Ruben Garcia ninth. He's your last car on the lead lap. It looks like he's able to stay on the lead lap. I'm sorry. Travis Milburn will be scored 10th. Derek Kraus 11th. Justin Carroll 12th. Jason Miles 13th. John Wood 14th and Nick Sanchez 15th. Nick Sanchez has been on and off pit road, I would say at least a half dozen times, if not more. Trying to get that car worked in. We'll find out what happened to the car here in a little bit, and tough goings for him. And it's a long night. I don't care how long or short a race is, but when you're coming on and off pit road, just having a wrench thrown into the back of your car every time, it's a bad time for you. So, tough break for Nick Sanchez there. He's going to be scored 15th unless something crazy happens here. Field double fouls up and getting ready to go green again. Tanner Gray, Drew Dollar, your front row. Sam Mayer, Chase Cambry in row number 2. Max McLaughlin, Spencer Davis in row number 3. Colin Garrett, Haley Deegan, row number 4. Ruben Garcia, Travis Milburn in row number 5. That's how they're going to start here for our first restart of the evening. The Danville Toyota pace car makes a hard left-hand turn onto pit road. Green flag's back in the air and we're back underway. Drew Dollar with a much better start than he had to open the race. This time he's going to try to cut down in front of Sam Mayer. He manages to do so. The battle's for third. Side by side, Sam Mayer to the inside, Chase Cambry to the outside. They're stacked up all the way back behind them. Sam Mayer will have the spot, but it is Tanner Gray leading Drew Dollar, Sam Mayer, Chase Cambry, and Spencer Davis as they go back into turn 1. Sam Mayer with a look inside look to Drew Dollar as they go back into turn number 3. Side by side as they try to work off of turn number 4. Mayer all the way down on the apron there. Good run coming off the corner. Moves Sam Mayer up to second. Drew Dollar back to third. Dollar trying to get back down to the inside. Manages to do so just in front of Chase Cambry. And the field quickly single fouls out. Looks like Sam Mayer is having a bit of a trouble there. Overdriving the corner when somebody's right on his tail. Noticed it earlier. Now that he's got a little bit of space, tries to pin that car back down to the bottom. And Tanner Gray was shot out of a rocket. Had some hard racing behind him, but man, he's taken off. He's already got a 6/10 of a second lead over Sam Mayer. Drew Dollar looking to the inside of Mayer, but nothing doing. Mayer's got a good car. The question now, does your K&N East Point leader have enough to catch Tanner Gray? Gray's been fast the whole time he's been here, and Haley Deegan riding along. Look to the inside there for Derek Kraus. Kraus is one lap down. racing his teammate rather hard. Ruben Garcia now to the inside of Colin Garrett. That battle is for 7th. They're going to catch the slower 36 machine. That might buy Colin Garrett a little bit of time here, and it will. Garcia's going to tuck back in behind him, but he'll look back to the inside as go back into turn number 1. Garcia to the inside of Garrett. Garrett with a good run on the high side. In late model stock racing here at South Boston, you really use that high groove for momentum and try to pin somebody down there. Not quite as easy to do so in the K&N series. As you see, the number 1 of Max McLaughlin get moved up the track by Spencer Davis. Davis has not been shy about using the bumper tonight. Davis again looks to the inside of Max McLaughlin. That battle is for 5th. McLaughlin's got that car pinned down there. He's daring Spencer Davis to shove him out of the way. Davis so far hasn't quite done so. Back behind them, we had been talking about that battle with Colin Garrett and Ruben Garcia. Garrett has held on to that position. Just 30 laps to go. Once again, Colin Garrett with Ruben Garcia all over his bumper. Garrett's been a fighter. Hasn't really given up many spots without a fight. And again, working up the high side, trying to find some momentum to stay ahead of the 6 machine. Garcia, though, right down there. And this time, Garrett pins him down just a little bit more contact. And once again, Colin Garrett holds onto the spot. Garcia is getting antsy. Behind him is the number 16 of Kraus, who's a lap down. But behind Kraus is Haley Deegan. So you see Garcia got past Colin Garrett and quickly shot out to about a half straightaway lead. Garrett just doesn't have the speed in that car. Now it's Derek Kraus. Kraus 1 lap down, but still trying to, whatever was wrong with that car, it has worked itself out. Kraus has worked up to a 16.1, about a second and a half faster than he was running earlier when he was having some trouble. You see Kraus really exploring the space there, all the way down on the apron coming off of turn number 2. Don't see a lot of drivers making that work, but Kraus has been fast down there. He looks to the inside of Colin Garrett. That not for position. Kraus is 1 lap down, but really pushing the issue. You would think with his team area behind him, might be able to try to help out just a little bit. Try to move him up the track, let Haley Dean catch up to him, but right now it is Colin Garrett holding off a lap down Derek Kraus. Battle for the lead shaping up. Tanner Gray, he's got Sam Mayer all over his bumper. Mayer right now picking him off at about a half a tenth of a second, and now we're side by side as we race down the backstretch. Sam Mayer with a good car. Tanner Gray backs it up. He's going to try to cross over as it come off of turn number 4. Can't quite do so, and on lap number 79, Tanner Gray falls back behind Sam Mayer. New leader, Sam Mayer. And much like you saw with Ruben Garcia after he got by Colin Garrett, Sam Mayer is just checked out on Tanner Gray. A half-second advantage already after 2 laps with 20 laps to go. Sam Mayer continues to lead. And again, Colin Garrett trying to fight off Derek Kraus. Derek Kraus still a lap down. Nothing has changed there, but really pushing the issue on Colin Garrett. And I get it. You don't want to just be out there riding laps around there. Kraus has got a quick car. He's got to see what he's got for that second race. That second race does count. And your fast lap in this race counts as your qualifying lap for the second race. So so you want to be quick. And right now it's looking like Tanner Gray might be your fast qualifier for the second race. He's got a 15.521 at the moment. Kraus now to the inside of Colin Garrett. Garrett eventually just gives him the spot there. And then you see Garrett getting down on the apron, trying to see what Kraus is doing down there, and see if that might help turn his car a little bit. But Garrett is effectively just riding around by himself out there. Aside from Kraus, he's got a pretty solid advantage over Haley Deegan. He's got quite a bit of room to make up on Ruben Garcia. Garrett riding around in 8th place at the moment. There you see the distance. Sam Mayer back to Tanner Gray. 3/4 of a second advantage from Mayer back to Gray. And Gray's running out of time. 15 laps to go in this race. And Sam Mayer has dominated the last 10 laps or so of this event. Drew Dollar had a fast car early. He was able to kind of keep with the leaders, but he's fallen back late. He's got about a 2.5 second advantage to make up on the leader. About 1.5 seconds back to his teammate Tanner Gray. And Dollar's got some laps out here in a late model stock and has been quick out here in a K&N car pretty much all weekend long. Chase Cabre running 4th, about a 0.5 second behind Drew Dollar. You see them right there, and not a lot of room to make up, but running out of time. 12 laps to go this time by. For Drew Dollar, Chase Cabre, and the rest of the field. Chase has been relatively quick, had a very solid top 5 run all day, never drifted out of the top 5, and had a pretty, I don't want to say boring race, but no real troubles for the number 4 machine, no issues with his team, and been riding along quite nicely here in 4th place right now. He's got a solid 4-second advantage over Max McLaughlin, so nothing to worry about behind him. He can really just ride around and do what he wants to do at this point. Might think about trying to save the car a little bit. They'll take new tires going into the second race, so you don't necessarily have to save tires for that second race. Haley Deegan in 9th place, going 1 lap down to Sam Mayer. Took a little bit of effort to get up and around her. Gray made up a little bit of time, but has very quickly lost the time back to the leader. Looking at the times right now, Sam Mayer will probably start on the inside of row number 2 for the second race, barring a very big change in somebody putting down a very fast time late. We'll have a full starting lineup for you in just a little while. But Sam Mayer right now, 5 laps to victory next time by, and he has really had a quick car. May have been riding around, saving a little bit of time. You see some trouble there for the 54 of Drew Dollar. Chase Cabre has caught him, and Chase is trying to put it to him. They'll go up and around Haley Deegan. That battle is for 3rd right now. Trying to get on the podium is Chase Cabre. Trying to stay on the podium is Drew Dollar. A little bit of contact has gone back on. Big contact that time. Drew Dollar up the track. Contact with the wall. Hard contact. And Drew Dollar in the wall hard on lap number 96. Sparks billowing out the bottom of that car. He likely has a great front down. Caution flag will fly. And folks, this whole race has changed. Chase Cabre, Drew Dollar contact in turn number 1. Dollar up the track. And folks, the track is about 2.5 cars wide. Once you get in that light gray, your chances of holding on to that car are slim to none. And Drew Dollar did some work up there trying to keep that car out of the wall and just couldn't save it. Hard lick with the right front. Went up the wall just a little bit. He's got a right front tire down. Right rear looks to be pretty okay, but it will go a few laps down trying to get the right front change. And the question is it even worth it for him at this point? They're looking under the hood, seeing what other damage has been done. It's going to be a very short turnaround before this second K&N East race. Look at 15, 20 minutes time to work on the car and get the car back out there. Teams can go to a backup car. I'm looking over there right now. They have his backup car already off the trailer before the race started tonight. There's a car cover on it, and they're starting to pull the car cover off of that car. Right front tire being changed right now, trying to get the car back out into the race. No penalty for changing a tire if it's flat or you've got a broken rim or whatever. So this is okay to change that right front in this race. He'll be able to get back on the track more than likely. They gave a quick look under the hood to see if everything was okay. But we're going into NASCAR overtime here. And you see there's a Drew Dollar machine with a car cover coming off. Your larger teams here will have 2 cars ready to go. Talking with the officials before, they prefer, if it's an engine trouble, they change engines or whatever. But obviously in this case, this is a car issue, so that 54 car will go to the rear of the second race. And it looks like Drew Dollar will be giving up what would have been likely an outside of row 1 position. And he'll go to the rear for the second race, going to a backup car. And folks, here we go. If you're here at South Boston Speedway, race fans, get on your feet. Heck, if you're watching at home live on fanschoice.tv, get on your feet. It doesn't matter. We're going racing here in just a few moments. 2 laps to the finish, NASCAR overtime, and we talked about it before. This is not a wide track. There's not a whole lot of places to go. Sam Mayer has had the fast car for the last 20 laps. Tanner Gray has had the fast car the rest of the time. You got a lot of hungry drivers right behind them. Who is going to win tonight's race? The Danville Toyota pace cars on pit road. Green flags back in the air. We're on the way. Great start for Sam Mayer. It's going to 1. Chase Caber with a bump. 2 bumps as they go off in turn number 2. Tanner Gray on the outside. He'll tuck in behind the 21 of Sam Mayer. They dive into turn number 1. A bump. Moves Sam Mayer up the track. They come off of turn number 4 side by side to the white flag. They're beating. They're banging as they go back into turn number 1. Tanner Gray gets the spot. Chase Caber, he bumps Sam Mayer up the track. They spin. Tanner Gray is your leader. White flag in the air as they go into turn number 3. Tanner Gray comes off for turn number 4. Mooresville, North Carolina's Tanner Gray will win tonight's first HoosierDriver.org K&N Twin 100. Sam Mayer with a little bit of a bump as they go into turn 2 after the checkered flag. Sam Mayer, he will finish second. Max McLaughlin third. Spencer Davis fourth. Ruben Garcia rounds out your top 5. We'll talk with the winner here in just a few moments in Victory Lane. You know, in racing they say that you don't have to lead them all. You just got to lead the last one. Race fans, give a big round of applause. Tanner Gray, everybody! We'll chat with Tanner Gray here in just a few moments. Race fans, if you're here at the track, have a few giveaways here, courtesy of Commonwealth Driver Improvement. If you've got ticket stub, pull out your ticket stub, number 018212. 018212. You've won yourself an award, courtesy of Commonwealth Driver Improvement. Once again, that is ticket stub 018212. We also have a small Can-Am autographed helmet giveaway. Your ticket stub 018237. 018237. Head up to the track office. You've won yourself an award.